hold on. Wait. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Something really important just dropped. Yeah, I was about to start the stream here, and it looks like there has been, like, an announcement by, like, Amelia Watson? Oh dear, this thumbnail doesn't even look good. Oh no, this thumbnail is... It evokes such a feeling in basically every Hollow fan, and just any VTuber fan in general. Oh man, this looks like an important announcement. Is it time to is it time to just prepare oneself for this? Oh boy. It's only 4 minutes, but it doesn't have the niceties of what one would expect from, like, hey man, this is an important announcement, but it is good announcement, you know, like how some of the JP members do. So I can only expect probably I don't want to expect the worst, but well, what better time to look at it now, I guess? By the way, Hololive, don't bonk me for this. This is important. This is important. Oh boy. Oh dear. Okay, it's not starting off like booming. Okay, Amelia, your capture is kind of off there. I'm sorry, what? Oh, she's just gonna fix it? She's just gonna fix it? What you doing? Oh, yep, she's fixing it. She's fixing it. Oh dear. What the fuck? I accidentally hit 4. Okay, this lady boomed us. Yeah, okay, I get it. I literally hit 4 on, like, my keypad by mistake. Yeah, you laugh it up. You laugh it up. You laugh that. You laugh it up. You don't know. Shut up. Look, hey, stop. Shut the hell up, lady. My fucking god. Okay, you know what? This fucking lady boomed it. She just boomed everybody here. Alright. I was literally prepared for, like, the worst after a cavalcade of just like bad news and, like, controversy this last week, and then this lady just decides to boom us. I just wanted to play Warriors Orochi 3, and I was prepared to just, like, oh man, I'm gonna start off the stream, like, on a sour note, huh? Time to maybe this game is going to you know, lift my mood after, like, a terrible announcement. No, it's just this thing here just booming us, I swear. Yeah, all right, keep laughing. What, is that it? Is that it? Oh, okay, it looks like that's it. All right, Amelia. Okay, anyway, I guess this is just the Among Us X Hololive thing. All right, sure. Okay, gotcha. Right. Lady. Yeah. Just. Uh-huh, yeah, I did get pranked. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Oh my god. Alright, anyway. Okay, whatever. I guess this is the right time to look at this. Like, I just saw this on, like Twitter. I literally just saw this on Twitter. And yet, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. Okay, fine. I guess we could just look at this. Right now. Yeah, this is... So confirmed. Confirmed. Oh my god. Wait, no. Get back over there. No, get off the screen. Get off the screen, you little shit. Yeah, no, yep, this is confirmed, as everybody has known already at this point. Yes, this is a thing that's happening, and it looks like the latter popular, like, guesses were actually true for this. Let me just get myself off the screen here. Yeah, so we're getting so the Among Us X Hololive collab is actually a thing. Lord fucking help us. Lord help us. We're getting Muna, we're getting Mio, we're getting Korone, we're getting Fubuki, we're getting Amelia, Marine, Gura, Risu, Picora, and Okayu. Okay, out of all of these, literally the Risu one that just took me off guard there because I literally thought this was gonna be Miko. Who else would it be to argue with Picora here? But I guess Risu now has beef with Picora. Thanks Among Us. We got another storyline here. We got another storyline. Yeah, these crewmate outfits look great. These crewmate outfits look great. I definitely expect there to be some form of just collab, just promoting this, probably involving all of these members, maybe. I have a feeling that's gonna happen, probably like next week or something, just have an Among Us collab with all the members here, obviously. Because why wouldn't you? It's only one step, it's only the first couple steps to have the collab and then announce it. Then you gotta bring it home. And this is especially interesting because if there is going to be a big collab involving all the members here, then I find it surprising that Gura would also like participate in that, simply because it's plainly obvious at this point, given the past collabs that she was in regarding this game, that she's not particularly fond of this game. She just finds it straight up frustrating. Mostly because I think Gura is like me, basically, where if I'm in a situation where I have to convince people to believe me and they don't believe me, I just get infinitely frustrated. And not in a good way. So, yeah. I'd be surprised if she is taking part in this, like, in what I would assume is almost definitely going to be, like, an Among Us collab with everybody in their outfits and then just having fun, right? But yeah, I look forward to it. It's probably happening next week, but also, Ame, fuck you. Thanks for booming me, lady. Alright, you know what? God damn it. God damn it. Jeez. This was supposed to be like a Warriors Orochi stream. It was literally supposed to be a Warriors Orochi stream, and yet we're gonna start off with just this shit. I can't believe I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like, I thought I would be on top of, like, you know, whenever an announcement like that gets dropped. Well, what I originally thought what that announcement was gonna be, I literally thought, and then I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Good job, you boomed me. You pranked me. Actually, what's in the rest of the stream? Oh, she made cookies! She made Among Us cookies in very Ame fashion, but still though, she made Among Us cookies. Alright. Okay. Now, normally, I would think that, man, we're only like a couple of months out from like Sana's graduation. I'm sure there are some people who might have been rubbed the wrong way about this, but I feel like the cookies plus the fact that she announced this as like small Ame probably just basically just mitigated like a bunch of like the backlash she might get from this. But then again, who knows? I feel like everybody knows like how Ame's like at this point, that I don't think she's gonna face I don't think she's gonna face too much of an issue, if she's ever. Good job, Watson, good job. God damn it. Now my groove is thrown off. My groove is literally thrown off. Anyway, today we're going to be playing Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. Yeah, we're going to be playing Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. Just let me get the game up here. Let's see. And yes, I did prepare the game this time. I did prepare the game. Nope, that's not the game. Where is it? Here we go. Here we frickin' go. Oh, man. I hope the volume is okay. I hope the volume is okay. Yes, this game finally got released on Steam. Do you know how happy I am? This is literally the best Warriors game, in my opinion. The best one. In terms of just, like, content, in terms of, like, character roster, in terms of gameplay, just everything, like, conglomerated together. This is basically the best value Warriors game out there to get, and also my recommendation if people just want to get their, like, toes into what Warriors is about. Like, this is... I'm so happy, because we got Warriors Orochi 4 Ultimate on Steam for, like, the past, like, what, 4 years already? Yeah, and only recently they finally got definitive, they got this game on here. I'm assuming the reason why this game was so hard to get onto Steam is because they gotta go and, you know, hash out everything between the different branches of the company, saying like, all right, so there's these guest characters in the game. We gotta make sure that these are okay. These are good to go. Maybe something like that. I don't know, but maybe that was the reason why. Maybe they didn't find any financial reason to re-release the game, but it is here. And yes, in terms of content, it's even more expanded than that, because this edition right here contains every single piece of DLC. Every single piece of DLC this game had dropped on it over the course of its lifespan back on console. So this definitive edition is actually definitive. It is actually definitive, and that's insane. This is so much value. There was so much value in this one game, and it literally took, like, what, 7 years or something to actually make it reach this point where you can play it on Steam with all the content. Thank you, DLC. But yeah, also, this game does that thing. Okay, this game does that thing apparently where with Japanese games on, like, Steam, they have the thing where it's like, what's it called? Circle is accept, and that just tilts me sometimes when I'm not playing a Monster Hunter game. But I'll deal with it for this one because I've been playing, I've still been playing PSP2i off stream, just like on another character, just to, you know, just to get a feel for it before I return back to it proper. But yeah, this game, like I said, is one of the most complete Warriors games of the modern era, because not only does it have a story mode and a free mode, it has all the DLC released over its lifespan. It has an extra mode here called Muso Battlefields, where it serves as a create your own, like, stage. It literally is create your own stage. You take a stage from the game, and then you change the officer placements, you change the music, you can change the dialogue too. It's, for a Warriors game, this was pretty interesting. This was a pretty interesting thing they tried at the time. Yeah, I'm happy that this is a thing, but I mean, it's not in Warriors Orochi 4, so they basically dropped the idea after this game. They got a duel mode, which is, yeah, it is actually a multiplayer duel mode. I mean, it's probably busted because Warriors Orochi games are busted. But yeah, if you want to play against your friends, there's a duel mode. I don't know if this is local or... I don't know if this is only local or online too, but yeah, this is the thing you can do. And there's Gauntlet Mode. This is the dungeon crawling mode of the game. Basically, the gameplay loop here is essentially grab a team of, I think, 5 characters, and then go through randomized stages where you basically kill shit until you get, like, the loot and stuff you want. You try to find the portal, which is the exit, and then you just move on from there. But over time, the enemies get tougher and tougher depending on the portion of the map you're in and how much time you spend in the stage. So here's the thing about Gauntlet Mode. Gauntlet Mode basically breaks the leveling economy of the game, where you can actually level up pretty fast in this mode. You can level up horrendously fast in this mode, which I'm not gonna do for now. I'm not gonna do that for now, but it is a thing you can do. If you want to level up quickly, just drop into Gauntlet Mode, and then just do maybe the first stage a couple of times, and then your character will just be leveled up horrendously. Also, there's DLC missions that help facilitate leveling up in this mode that they released. Yeah. But today, we're going to be doing story mode. Why? Because I know I've played... This would be the third time I've played through this game, but I'm okay with it. I just want to know if the volume is okay, though. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. Let's go. Free mode? No. Story mode. Alright. If you want to know how the story is so far, essentially we are in a world that was crafted by Orochi. Wait a minute. Why is it so loud? Hold on. Hold on. Why is it so loud? Yeah, no. Can we just... Yeah, okay. Let's just skip that a second. Yes. Can we quit? Okay. That was kind of loud. Not gonna lie. I could see it in my OBS. That was pretty loud. So we might have to do this. Yeah, we might have to do this. That's fine. There we go. Hopefully this is not too loud. But yeah, the story so far... Well, this is the third game in the Warriors Orochi franchise. What is Warriors Orochi? Well, the Yamata no Orochi from Japanese mythology escapes from the mystic realm. You know what happens there? Why is it so loud? Why is the cutscene so loud? Oh! Holy crap, that is loud. Let's just do this then. Here, let's do this. Let's just lower the volume in OBS. Anyway, as this is blasting my ears, oh my god, what the fu- Holy lord, this is loud. Ow! Okay, yeah, no, this is way too loud. So, I guess the volume settings in the game aren't perfect. Okay, so, like I was saying, the Orochi from, the mythology of Japan, essentially, it essentially escapes from the mystic realm and then decides to fuse the feudal states and, the feudal warring states era of Japan and the Three Kingdoms era of China into basically one super world, and then Orochi just wants to fight the best warriors from there. That's it. That was the idea behind the first game, and then, well, surprise, surprise, the humans band up together, kill Orochi. Second game, the humans band up to kill Orochi, and then the third game, it's like, all the humans are dead, so we have to go back in time to round up all the humans to fight Orochi. That's literally the story. That's literally the story for all three games. It's not a deep story. It's literally not a deep story. So the story is here just as an excuse to just get all these characters together, just to have, this is essentially, a love letter to the Koei Tecmo Warriors series of games. This is a love letter to it. It doesn't need a deep plot, but this is a fun game. Yes, several years after the war against the Serpent King Orochi, the heroes of China found themselves faced with the threat of extinction once again. Yeah, like I said, everyone's dead. Besides the characters you start off with. Yeah, they call this thing the Hydra. They call this thing the Hydra in the English translation. But this is basically the classic depiction of the Yamata no Orochi. So, yeah, this is supposed to be Orochi. But he's not in the human form that was the main villain of the first two games. No, he is actually in a bestial form, his classic form here. Oh, and apparently, like the one dude who's the villain in the Tale of Genji is an enemy too in this series, and in the second game he was in charge of leading Orochi's armies when Orochi was dead. Because Orochi's dead in the second game, except then he gets revived and then killed again, and in this game he gets revived and then subsequently killed again. So yeah. Like I said, not a deep plot, but that's okay. We're here to just mow down hordes of enemies. We don't need a deep plot. Those humans that survived the thread look past their different homelands that come together as one. Yeah, so there was signs of people trying to gang up and do the classic kill Orochi again, but then they all failed and they all died. Yeah. So the only people that are left are essentially Matau, Sumajao, and Hanbei Takanaka. Yeah, those are the only three left. It's these three schmoes. Yeah. See, when I first played the game, like eons ago, and I saw that these are the characters that you start off with, I was like, bro, literally out of these three characters, the only one I care about playing is Matau. Yeah, I only care about playing as Matau. Because he was one of my favorite characters from Dynasty Warriors 3. Like Sumajao and Hanbei. Hanbei I really don't like playing as. Sumajao, he's alright, but he's the generic sword character from Dynasty Warriors 7. And I already played enough of that from Dynasty Warriors 7. Dynasty Warriors 7 where clone weapons were horrendously prevalent. And Sumajao was the poster boy of the sword, which was the most copy-pasted weapon in that game. So, yeah. Expect me to really only be playing as Matau. Well, basically for this playthrough, right? Well, until I get more characters. Yeah, until I get more characters. Just expect me to just frontman Matau. I will switch to the other characters from time to time, but yeah, Matau will be the main. So you're saying we have to fight against this thing that can swallow an entire castle? I mean, well, if it can swallow an entire castle, I mean, well, okay, here's the thing too. These guys are basically doing a desperate, like, final attack against this thing, and, yeah, at least this guy's genre savvy enough to know that this is stupid. Although we may have little hope for victory, there's no other choice. We must fight to reclaim our future. Yep. This is our greatest chance for survival. So the greatest chance for survival is a suicide run. That should just tell you how just screwed humanity is in this current timeline that they're in. Don't give up hope. Together, our combined might will enable an opportunity to present itself. I wish this game was in English because, well, I don't know. I'm not gonna do voices for these characters simply because there's so many different characters that talk over the course of the game that it's like, that's just gonna strain me too much. Well, I suppose there's not much else we can do. Okay, let's give it a shot then. Here's the thing. Oh. Yeah, I already know about all of this stuff. Yeah, I already know about all of this stuff, my guy. Yep, changing battle styles. Oh yeah, this is a thing that... These are things that this game added that just really, like... enhanced, like, the gameplay flow for me. Like, they added this thing where you can follow up after a dash attack. For the longest time, you couldn't follow up after a dash attack in any Warriors game previous to this. This just enhances the combo variety in this game if you want to go that route. Switch combo, you can switch to your other characters that you have saved in the middle of a combo. If you switch to them in the middle of a normal attack, because this is a Warriors game, so you have normal and charge attacks. In the normal chain, if you switch a character, it will just basically, they will dash forward, attack, and basically continue the combo flow. But if you do things like Yeah, if you switch characters after landing a charge attack, though, then you enter this triple rush thing, which is basically one of your, basically most consistent, like, sources of, like, damage, like, big damage, and this is really easy to do. It takes a little bit of Muso, I think? I think it takes a little bit of Muso, but the trade-off is actually really good. So, if you just want to get through this game, like, easily, just spam triple rush attacks. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that if I can help it. Battle styles. Oh yeah, this is the thing they added too in this game. If you hold down, you can summon your other partners, and then they'll just fight with you. Oh, and they also added a counterattack. Yeah, they also added a counterattack. This was apparently a special thing that a certain character type can do in this game. This was a special thing that a certain character type can only do in this, that was previously... Wow. Sorry about that. I literally was trying to hold back a burp there, and then it just confused me. It ended up confusing me. Okay. Let me get back to this. Counterattacks. This used to be a thing that only certain types of characters could do. Now every character could do a counterattack. It's just done differently. There you go. Also, the little belch I had sit itself back down to my stomach. That's good. Support attacks. Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. So if you get damaged and you switch characters, then you basically get like a get out of jail free card. And then you have true triple attacks. This one is basically one of your big attacks in the game. With this one, I mean, I only use this when I know that I can get like the most bang for my buck, because the thing about this is that if you see at the bottom right there, all enemies touched during the attack will be finished off, and then defeated enemies will drop gems. And gems are basically the currency in this game. So if you want to maximize currency, you basically got to know when in the stage to do a true triple attack. Yeah. Also, here's the thing too. I don't know how big I should be here. I actually don't know how big I should be for streaming this game. Also, I don't know if I should have chat on the screen. Maybe I can have chat on the screen. This game isn't too UI heavy, so it should be fine. Anyway, yeah, so we have Matau. He is a speed character. Speed characters in this game can air dash. Power characters, they gain flinch resistance in the middle of a combo, and then Wonder characters, they use a Samurai Warriors 3 mechanic called Wonder Dash. Oh, I mean, like Spirit Dash. I called it Wonder Dash, but Spirit Dash, where you can expend some special meter in the game to dash in the middle of your, like, a combo and break guards, and then just get out of sticky situations, stuff like that. They're basically combo extenders, and they're really good combo extenders too. They're fully invincible. And a lot of Wonder characters in this game are really good. Wonder is, in my opinion, Wonder is one of the best character types in this game, along with Power. Speed and especially Technique are not great. I'd say Technique is the worst character type in this game, especially when compared to Power and Wonder. Unfortunately, the only Wonder character I have is Hanbei, and I don't like his Samurai Warriors 3 moveset, so yeah, we're gonna stick with Matau. So let's see here, yeah. All this UI stuff, it don't matter. These are your normal mook, like, allies in the stage, and these are the enemies. It doesn't matter in the long run. You're just going through a stage and killing shit. This is just what the game is about, right? Also, this is one of the reasons why I don't know, I can't tell yet if I want to continue playing this game. Simply because of the simple nature of the game, there really wouldn't be much to commentate on, right? I mean, the story is pretty basic. The gameplay itself is pretty basic. And the game is not that hard, I don't think. So, yeah. We'll see, we'll see. Let's just begin, right? Also, I kinda... Yes. There we go. Now we have volume levels where I'm comfortable with. Also, just like with other Warriors games, the BGM in Warriors games is so good. It is so good. Oh, wait, what happened to my... Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's basically the triple rush attack. It does good damage, even though I just completely whiffed it there. If you just want to play, like, through the game, like, really easily, just spam that. Hello? Yeah, there's the Yamata no Orochi. I will call it that because I already know what that thing is. One thing I find weird is that Matau should have a follow-up attack from this. Oh, but he's not high level enough. That's right. He needs to be, I think, level 5? I think he needs to be level 5. Another thing I like in this game, too, when it comes to the Dynasty Warriors characters, one of the things that's really cool about this game is that, because they're using 7 as a baseline for these characters, they actually... You know how I said in Dynasty Warriors 7 that... I said that, like, there was a lot of clone characters? Yeah, you know how I said there's a lot of clone characters? Well, in this game, what they did was cool is that they took a page out of like previous games. They took a page out of previous games and decided to give every clone character from Warriors games at the time, and then just give him like unique charge attacks to just vary up their moveset. Oh, by the way, I think that might be a bit too loud too. I don't know. Oh, we can do that. Oh, that's much better. Just lower lower the sound effects a bit. But yeah, basically with Dynasty Warriors characters, they just gave every clone character different charge attacks to differentiate them in the same way that previous Warriors entries prior to like 7, prior to 7 would, essentially. Because, for example, in previous Warriors games, you had Matau being like part of a slew of characters that just had like the same spear moveset, but when it comes to charge attacks, they basically had different charge attacks to essentially like slightly differentiate them. And I like that callback to previous Warriors games. Like, I like that they did that. And that's something I'm very familiar with. And I think I like that kind of thing the best. Because, here's the thing, giving every character, in my opinion, a unique moveset, like what Dynasty Warriors 8 did, is good. Yes, but you need to craft those movesets really well, and when you're doing that for so many more characters, if you're doing that for so many characters, then you're gonna end up with situations where the moveset is just, the weapon might just end up being crap. Yeah, it might just end up being crap. And a lot of the moves, and there's a good number of movesets in later Warriors games that are not great. Let's just say, they're not great. One of them being the, I think the extension blade from Dynasty Warriors 8, which is Yuan Shao's weapon. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I know it's supposed to be a joke moveset, but at least make the joke moveset somewhat viable. God, that was so bad. Ooh, nice. Oh, also, another thing that the Ultimate Edition of this game did... Oh, well, that's not even the right button. Yeah, another thing that the Ultimate Edition of this game did was that they gave characters, I think, a second special attack. In this game, special attacks are done with the R1 button, and this is different from Muso attacks. Muso attacks are, well, they're the classic Muso attacks from previous games, which is your big damage option. The ones in this game follow two types, the Samurai Warriors type and the Dynasty Warriors 7 type, which Dynasty Warriors 7 is basically just big attacks, and then Samurai Warriors, which is, I think in this game, Samurai Warriors 3 characters, they still use the classic, like, channeled moves into, like, a big attack. Yeah. If you ask me, I prefer the... I think I'm okay with both of them, and this game is great because it just gives me both of them, essentially. Now, in this... Okay, this part of the stage kind of sucks because you have to make sure that the Hydra destroys, like, the ballista in order to move on. And you could literally just, like, nail the Hydra, like, at least one of the heads by doing this. Maybe not completely kill it, but really do some damage for, like, with it. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Whoop, nice. All right, cool. Yeah, see, now I can move on in the stage. And I do have my true triple attack gauge up, and I know that in this stage, the place where I want to do a true triple attack is over in the top corner right there. Over in the top corner, we have a bunch of officers, essentially. What I try to do in this stage is that I'm gonna basically, like, do the Dynasty Warriors Online thing and kite as many enemies as I can to, like, one point, and then just, like, unleash hell on them. Yeah. Let's see. Yep, we got this guy right here. Hey, hello, Manticore. What's up? What's up? I'm really happy right now because I get to play, like, this game here. Because, man, for the longest time, I've wanted Warriors Orochi 3 to be released on Steam. And then apparently they did that in July, and that just makes me so happy. But also kind of frustrated that I actually, like, missed that. I missed the drop for it, but hey, I'm playing it now. How you doing today? How you doing today? This game is basically easy enough where I can definitely have, like, a good dialogue with, like, chat. You did your debut yesterday. Good job, Manticore. Good job. Are you what kind of model are you using? Are you going, like, PNG tuber route? Are you doing, like, are you doing VRoid like the advice I dropped on you, like, the other day? Yeah, what are you doing? Obviously, I can't check out your channel right now because I'm in the middle of the game, but I'll go ahead and check it out. I'll go ahead and check it out, after the stream. 3D. Ah, okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I hope it works out for you then. VTubing is fun. VTubing is fun. Well, the VTubing world is a bit saturated right now, but hey, if you want to do this as, like, a hobby and, like, you know, just have fun with it, honestly, it's a really fun thing. Oh, I forgot, that's his move. VRoid, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, like I said, I hope it works out for you, and also, I think there are also ways you can also further enhance your VRoid model. If you want to go and put more finer details into it, I think you got to use, like, what was it called? Not Unity, but, oh, I forgot what that program was, but I saw a thread about it on Twitter. Of something you can do to further enhance your, like, VTuber model using, like, one of those 3D modeling programs that you can add little fine details, like, to your character model and stuff like that. I intend to do that at some point, but I just need the time for it. Blender, that's it, yeah, Magicore, yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, use Blender for it. You export your model to Blender, and then you add fine details to it and stuff like that. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that at some point. It was fun today. You checked out Tower of Fantasy, and it's super fun. Yeah. Honestly, I tried out Tower of Fantasy, and even though it might not be for me, I can definitely see how it's gonna be fun for a lot of people. So hey, more power to you. I'm glad you're having fun with Tower of Fantasy. What do you plan on, like, normally, like, streaming, in terms of just, like, you know, games? Cause I know with a lot of people, they fit into certain kinds of, like, you know, gamers that are like, hey, I play these games, and these games are my jam. Like, for me, for example, if I could use myself as an example, I'm definitely the guy to play, like, well, basically MMOs, and then just games that are not too heavily story-driven, you know? Maybe some action JRPGs here and there, that kind of stuff. You actually found a Zhongli character preset someone made? Oh, yeah. There is definitely stuff like that. Though, what I will suggest, though, Manticore, is that if ever you end up at a point where you're monetized and, just probably not use, like, those models that actually use, like, copywritten characters. Some people use them, just for fun, but yeah, once you become monetized, ooh, that is not a good idea. You mainly play FF14 and Genshin, then some boomer shooters occasionally. Ah, gotcha. Not VRoid. Oh, not VRoid. Okay, gotcha. Is it like a live 2D model thing? I'm assuming it's a live 2D model thing. Oh, actually, funnily enough, I had this conversation with myself about I think Final Fantasy 14. Oh my god, I think I made a tweet about this too. Like, I made a controversial take to myself on Twitter where I said I would probably like Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 would be the perfect MMO for me if it had combat that I liked. Oh, is a character preset for your custom character on Tower of Fantasy? Oh, it makes sense now. Alright, if you're talking about Tower of Fantasy, then yes. Yeah, when I played Tower of Fantasy, I definitely saw those characters when I was making my character. Yeah. Tower of Fantasy's character creation reminds me a lot of, I think, there was that one Souls-like vampire game on, I think, oh man, it was a Souls-like vampire game that Bamco released. That character creation was really good. What was it called? It was called, oh man. I forgot. It was making the rounds when there wasn't really a lot of Souls games out for people to, like, you know, play and try out. Dang, I forgot. There was a Sasuke and Pain. Oh yeah, I remember those. Oh, Code Vein. Yeah, Code Vein. Yes, Manticore, Code Vein. The character creator in Tower of Fantasy, it reminded me a lot of Code Vein's character creator. I don't know if it's as in-depth as it, but the fact that you can create characters like Sasuke, Pain, Zhongli, and stuff like that, yeah. It reminds me of that, basically, right? You love Code Vein? Yeah, I heard Code Vein was actually pretty good. It's just that, according to my friends, the end game gets to be, like, pretty, like, grindy or something. Whatever the end game in that game is, basically. It's actually part of the God Eater universe. It is! Really? I didn't know Code Vein was part of God Eater. What the hell? Yo! That is new news to me. I did not know it's part of God Eater. Cool. Actually pretty cool. Yeah, actually pretty cool. Yeah, no, because God Eater is one of those, like, Monster Hunter-like games that I did plan on playing at some point. Come on. Kiyomori. There you go. Nice. There we go. Yeah, no, like I said, God Eater was one of the games that I wanted to play for, like, the longest time when I was on that Monster Hunter kick. That was before I ended up sticking with Tokiden. But, yeah, no, I have all 3 God Eater games in my Steam library. So, it takes place within an area that was sealed off from the God Eater monsters, but the side effect is people turn into vampires because of the power they use. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Cool. Like, actually pretty cool. Shoot. I wonder if my friends who played God Eater knows that. Well, actually, then again, I think they actually do know that because they've also played Code Vein right after God Eater, so... yeah, they probably already knew that. And yet, they didn't tell me this information. What the hell? That would have just, like, in my opinion, that would have just, like, rounded out the whole thing for me, being like, hey, yo, you're interested in God Eater? You're interested in Code Vein? Here. Did you know they take place in the same universe? Shoot, if they told me that, it was like, I would have been like, bro, that's kind of interesting. Oh god, wait. I need to make sure Matau doesn't die. Oh dear. Woo. Ah, man. But yeah, actually, speaking of, like, well, since you just debuted, what's the next game you're going to play? I know I asked you, hey, what games do you plan on normally streaming? But, what game do you plan on playing next? Are you gonna go, like, just drop into, like, Final Fantasy XIV and then just, like, have fun with that a little bit? This way, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, by the way, the cutscenes in this game are pretty loud. The cutscenes in this game are pretty loud, so, oh, wait, I still have the volume lowered. Yo, I just realized I still have the volume lowered from earlier. I lowered the volume earlier because the cutscene in the beginning was so loud that it was actually, like, hurting my ears a bit. Well, that is, Koei Tecmo sound balancing right there. Not really the greatest. But, yeah, no, I just noticed that, the game was probably a bit quiet for you, right? I'll go and put the volume back up once this cutscene is done. Let's see, probably Final Fantasy XIV tomorrow, then Friday will probably Iron Fury. Oh, Ion Fury. Thursday will be Genshin. Alright, cool. Sounds like you have, like, a pretty solid schedule for the week, then. Yeah, it definitely seems like you're going to be streaming more often, like, than me, which is honestly, in terms of just, like numbers and everything, it's probably good to be streaming, like, every day. But, I don't know, just, my advice is that go definitely try out streaming as much as you can. But the thing here is that once you're starting to feel like the burnout fatigue and stuff like that, I'd say probably take a step back from that a little bit. I tried streaming like every day at the beginning, but daily but for shorter hours. That's probably a good way to like balance it out. Like for me, I was about to say for me in the beginning, I tried streaming every day, but that just ended up like burning me out like pretty quickly. So what I'm doing right now, if you notice, is that I stream every other day, but for only like maybe 2 to 3 hours and stuff like that. So like 2-hour streams, nice and bite-sized. Yeah. That's actually a good way to balance it. And in my opinion, to be completely honest, I kind of prefer shorter streams in the first place, simply because it's not as much of a time commitment. And honestly, I think with a lot of games, 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours is a good point before things start to basically like drag on. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Some people might think differently, so that's fine too. Yeah, especially for a game like this, though. Like this, a Warriors game, in my opinion, I'm just gonna be completely honest, it is probably not a really good streaming game. And the reason why is because the gameplay, you need to be focused a little bit in the gameplay, but the gameplay isn't deep enough for you to actually commentate on what's going on in the battle. Especially in a game like this, where the dialogue is in Japanese, but with English translation in the text boxes. It's like, your attention is gonna be so, like, everywhere that it's like, man, I'm just confused at this point, right? Well, you get tired quick when you play games, so 2 hours is a good medium. Okay, yeah. It's good that you realize that in yourself. There are a lot of people who just don't know, like, who just kind of push themselves a bit too hard. And it's good that you know that already about yourself. Some games you can play longer if they aren't all action. Yeah. So like visual novel games and stuff like that. Games with heavy story, yeah. No, I can definitely see that. If you play something like To the Moon, for example, which is very story-driven, I can imagine that, from what you're telling me, you could probably play that for like hours because it's not as intensive as like an action game, right? Yeah. Yeah. And well, like I was saying too, today's stream, it's not gonna be long. It's not gonna be long. I'm gonna probably stop around 2, for the reasons I just stated. 2 hours is probably a good enough time to play like a Warriors title on stream. But like I said, Warriors titles aren't really like, you know, Warriors type of games, like say Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, and stuff like that. They're just not really good long hour streaming games. So at least I recognize that about the series. I hope I hope this is true because, man, I've been a fan of the series since I was a wee lad. And I can recognize if these games aren't good streaming games. At least I hope so. They're more spectacle than any really meaningful story. Exactly. You got that absolutely correct. They're more spectacle than any than really anything meaningful or deep story-wise. That's why I think these games just probably a good idea to just stream like maybe an hour or 2 of it, and then you pretty much are good for the stream. Yeah. Your first PS2 game when you were 10 was Dynasty Warriors 3. Brother, me too. Dynasty Warriors 3 was one of my first PS2 games too. And Dynasty Warriors 3, my favorite Dynasty Warriors, if I'm taking nostalgia into account. I spent so many hours on that game as a kid. Oh man, that was just so fun to me. That was just so fun. Oh my god. Who'd you like playing in that game? Me, I ended up playing a lot of like Matau. I played a lot of like Matau, but in the beginning when I played the game, I played a lot of, I think, like Sun Shangxiang and Zhou Yu and I think Zhang Zhao. Yeah. But then I just ended up playing Matau because his look in that game was so fire. Honestly, Matau's look in Dynasty Warriors 3, best look, in my opinion. Lu Bu is OP. Manticore, in what game Lu Bu is not OP? Like, Lu Bu has to be OP in anything that he's, like, featured in, whether it be Dynasty Warriors, like, that Total War 3 Kingdoms game, you know? Oh, your favorite was Guan Yu? Yo, Guan Yu's he was pretty solid in that game. Yeah, no, like, in older Warriors titles, Guan Yu is pretty solid because he just has a lot of coverage with a lot of his moves. So I can definitely see why he'd be one of your favorites. Honestly, from a stylistic standpoint, Guan Yu is also one of my favorites too. Though, he's kind of fallen off a bit for me because I think his moveset in later games are just like, there's something missing from there. I just want his spinning back. Don't you miss Guan Yu's spinning from like older Warriors titles? Oh man, I miss his spinning. Fate Grand Order 2, Lubu appears in. Oh yeah, no, yeah. I know about that. Lubu is one of my favorite servants actually. Though not my absolute favorite. My favorite servants in FGO are Archer and Chloe, both of them, simply because of just style. Look, red and black color palettes really appeal to me, okay? Yeah. Oh, also, Lancelot. Lancelot is also one of my favorite, like, servants as well. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm that kind of guy, alright? Edgy is cool to me. And I'm sorry if that's cringe, but I can't deny that about myself. Shadow the Hedgehog is also my favorite character in Sonic. There you go. I am cringe, but I am free. I'm cringe, but I am free. Oh, by the way, this is Kaguya. Yeah. That's right, Kaguya from, you know, Tail the Bamboo Cutter. That's right, Moon Princess Kaguya. She can also travel back in time as well. Oh, you don't know who you got? Ah, gotcha. Yep, she tells us, okay, Kaguya tells us, but she's telling us essentially, hey yo, your army is so weak. Your fit is so, like, dull. Sorry, the Hydra will just slam you, alright? What you need to do is go back in time, get everybody back together, save them from death. And that's basically the gameplay loop, well, the story loop of the game. Basically, the story loop of the game is just, hey, go back in time, get some people. Those people say, hey, you know what? There was a time when I remember that I could have saved this one person. Go back in time, save that person, and then so on and so forth. And then you just end up with like 100 plus characters in your army, and then you try to figure out who's your favorite and who you want on your team, and then you figure out that Kenshin Uesugi is hot garbage in this game. I don't know if you know this, like, Manticore. I don't know if you played Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate, but let me just tell you straight up, if you intend to play Kenshin Uesugi in this game, you are in for a very rough time because he's so bad. He is so bad. Oh my god. I'm so sad because Kenshin was one of my favorite characters in Samurai Warriors proper, but man, they should not have made him into a speed character in this game. It's, like, a lot of his moves just don't have a lot of power behind them, and his specials are not great either, and also him being a speed typing is just so, like, you should have made him a power type, honestly. Come on, Koei Tecmo. But yeah. Well, thankfully, I do know who is the best character in this game, though, but I want, you know what? If you're still here, Manticore, I want to ask you, who do you think is the best character in this game? And yes, I looked up, like, a tier list for this game. And this tier list was made by somebody who put every character through, like, the hardest ringer that this game can provide you, and then basically used a combination of just, like, safety plus time it took to finish the stage in order to determine if this character is good or not. But yeah, that's the tier list I'm going off of. So go ahead and drop your probably Zhou Yu. Actually, no, Zhou Yu I don't even think breaks the top tier in this game. Try another guess before I actually drop on you that who's like the best character in this game. It is not Zhou Yu, unfortunately. Even though like Zhou Yu is awesome, yeah, it's not Zhou Yu. Is this actually our camp? Yeah, dude, our camp sucks. Like Sima Zhao, like our camp is garbage. Impossible, yeah. When it was destroyed when we faced the Hydra, yeah, they basically just say that, hey, we traveled back in time. Kaguya is legit. She is not a phony. So we really have gone back in time. If so, then you had set off for Odawara Castle together with your companions. Yep. Along the way, you were attacked at Yiling, and then Matau had to abandon Pangde and I think Madai in order to actually make it to Odawara, and then he got blasted because, you know, what kind of reinforcements is just Matau, right? You want to save your friends, you must take me back to that time. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Please enter the circle of light! Or you could just, you know, select the stage from your menu here. Yeah. Let's see. Yep. These are my Oh yeah, my man, Matau is now level 13. That is so funny. My bias is showing, but here's all the costumes. And this is the costume I'm gonna use for Matau, alright? This is the costume I'm gonna use for him. I know there's like, oh, there's Strike Force versions of the... Oh, that's right. This game actually gave you Strike Force versions of, like, characters. Oh, that is amazing. That's right, Strike Force outfits. Oh, that's so cool. I might actually use the Strike Force outfits. Like, Sima Zhao, do you have a Strike Force outfit? You do have a Strike Force outfit. Wow. I forgot that's a thing they did in this game too. One of the costume packs were like, hey, I know we don't make Strike Force anymore, but if we continued Dynasty Warriors Strike Force, we'd make our characters look like this. That's cool. I like that. Hanbei, what do you got? Oh yeah, you have Zhuge Liang's outfit because you were called the Sleeping Dragon of the Sengoku period. That's right. Oh, that's sick. All right, I'm gonna give you that outfit. All right, Hanbei. Yeah, I'm gonna give the Strike Force. Ah, man, I like the Strike Force outfit, but the wings are probably gonna get in the way, so I'm gonna use probably this outfit right here. I'm not sure if this outfit is a reference to anybody, but yeah, we'll do that. And then for Matau, I don't know who this costume is for. Yo, maybe? Yeah, no, we're just gonna go with, like, a normal outfit for now. Strike Force is cool, but... Man. I like the old outfit the best. I like the classic Matau outfit. Alright. Oh, another thing, too. I want to do this as well. I want to change my officer, please. Change character. There we go. There we go, nice. It would have been possible to rebuild the camp so quickly, which means he must have gone back in time. Yep, that's true, that's right. Alright, so the thing about this, the thing about weapons, I'd say don't bother with buying weapons until you basically beat the game. That's what I say. That's what I say. Yeah, don't bother with this until you beat the game. That's just my opinion on the matter. But yeah, this is our camp. It's not even a camp. It is literally just like... We just had a bunch of logs, and then we just made a bridge, and then that's our camp. Huh. Funny. Oh yeah, by the way, in case I forget, because I'm definitely going to forget this. Yeah. I just want to say that if you're actually stumped, Manticore, then, the best character in this game is, Zhang Jiao. Zhang Jiao is the best character in this game. I gotta say this in case I forget it. In case I forget to say it at all. But yeah, Zhang Jiao, I think, Cai Wenyi, she's also really good as well. Wei Yan, was one of the best ones as well, and I think Madai as well. Yeah, those guys are essentially like some of the best characters. But I think overall, Zhang Jiao is I think overall the best character in the game in terms of just survivability, safety, not necessarily time it takes to complete a stage, but in terms of those things. There's also Shu Chu as well. Not Shu Chu, but Shu Shu. Yeah, Shu Shu, who was introduced in Dynasty Warriors 7 Empires. He's one of the best characters as well too. But just like in terms of just like team effectiveness, he's really good. And I think you actually get to unlock him after this first stage here. So we're gonna go and unlock him. Yeah, we're gonna go with Yiling. I'm gonna go with normal. This is very loud. Apologies for the very loudness. Oh, so Matau did not go back. Well, he did not go to Odawara. He actually went back. Nice. Nice scream right there, Matau. Nice scream. Nice scream right there, buddy. Yep, they went back in time, basically. This is Yiling, yeah. And we're gonna start. There we go. Fine. Gonna go with that. I don't have any items, though, and that sucks. I wish I had items. Osmosis. At least we're getting started with the Osmosis here. Alright. Oh, think about the DLC being in this game. Because this game comes with all the DLC, it also comes with all of the BGM DLC too. However, you can't access the extra BGM until you beat the stage. So I can't do that right now. I can't play my favorite tracks from previous Warriors entries. But at least this track is good. Yep, there's Madai. I get it. Hi, buddy. Oh yeah, that's a move he does. Oh man. Why is the surfer thing just like the thing with like Sima Zhao that just stuck? Hey, look, horse, please. That's the thing I forgot too. That's the thing you can call just a random ass horse. Oh, also, Matau has his mounted moveset. Matau on a horse in Dynasty Warriors 4 is a god, essentially. Really, really strong. What? That didn't hit? Oh, that's lame. That didn't hit. Oh, that's lame. Yeah. It just shows how little I play like Sima Zhao. Like, I think the only thing they changed about his moveset in this game is that they gave him a different, like, I think, charge. They gave him a different charge 5. There we go. Nice. Oh, actually, I think you get items from boxes instead of officers. Oh, great. I'm Matau. I'm literally a god on a horse. Don't challenge me here. This is supposed to be the Docket cavalry. I'm just saying. Here's the thing about the Docket cavalry. If you, Docket cavalry, very weak against guns. I don't have a gun, but I'm Matau, so... Ooh, nice. Okay, cool. Oh, by the way, this was the first game when I, like, was realized to just how, like, much better Pang De's moveset is in later entries. Oh, man. Giving him the mace was such a good idea, in my opinion. Like, Pang De's moveset in Dynasty Warriors 5 was trash, in my opinion. He's also so slow in that game. Oh, young master, why have you returned, and why do you look so different? I was sure you were wearing different armor the last time you ran away from us. I also like how Matau does not, like, approach them, like, while on a horse. It just looks funny. Like, these two actually have, like, you know, like, proper horses. And then Matau is like, oh, guys, I have no horse. I just ran here. Nice. Oh, well, another thing about, like, Sima Zhao's, like, aerial special, his aerial R1 is that it doesn't follow up. It doesn't follow up after, like, after, a rush. That sucks. I think if the startup were a bit faster, then that would have been a great, like, follow-up. Oh yeah, Wang Zhong, that's right. Also, not a bad character. I don't think he's one of the best, though. He's not a bad character, though. What? Huh. Oh, ooh, okay, wait, this is a great opportunity for a triple rush. Wait, Masatoyo, please. What the? Really? Oh my goodness. Masatoyo! Wait, who just went ahead of me? Bro, who just went ahead of me? Horse, why are you... I think my horse is broken. Well, the thing is, my horse may be broken, but at least it doesn't die as often as, like, Zeta's, like, umami, right? I feel bad for Zeta. Like, seriously, Zeta, like, honestly, has such bad luck when it comes to her horses and Rust. Good lord. Please, thank you. That's what I wanted. Okay. Good. Is this where they all start advancing? Okay, well, the thing here is that... Oh, yeah, that's right. They have to basically advance all the officers. Oh my god. Come on! What? I find it funny that he's not on a horse, but everybody else is. Why are all the officers who are part of the Docket cavalry not on horses, but their mook soldiers, their mook bodyguards are? I find that funny. Okay, but this is the part where I need to basically use, like, a triple attack, but, I think... Who needs the levels? Probably Matau, because I don't plan on using Sima Zhao or Hanbei at all. Yeah, probably just Matau again. Alright, let's just get all of them here. Just get them all here. Get them all here. Okay, I think this should be enough. Good. Gather as many dudes as you can. Okay, well that wasn't enough, but hey, it's something. Nice. Nice. See, here's the thing about this game and combos. Like, you can get so strong in this game that combos essentially just get boiled down to just how many multi-hits can I get out of this buffed up attack because of my, like, what's it called? Because of my, because of just my weapon and then its abilities and stuff like that. And just how busted my character is. But there is a way to play this game that I think I saw some Japanese players playing. Well, before I get into that, old man died. He probably had a heart attack. I mean, Huang Zhang could take care of himself. It's just that he probably just had a heart attack and died at that moment because, you know, he's so freaking old. By the way, because Huang Zhang died, if you remember what I described the story as earlier, yeah, we're going to be returning back to this level at some point just to get him back. We're going to be returning to at some point in this level just to get him back. Actually, I'm seeing the audio, and I think I might actually reduce this stuff by a little bit. Actually, no. We'll do that. Yeah, it's still loud though. Yeah, no, that audio balancing is weird. Nah, we'll just do it this way anyway. Hmm? Yeah, all I'm just gonna say is that I'm really glad this game is actually like a thing on Steam. No, but like I was saying earlier, one of the ways that I saw, like, I think certain Japanese players play this game is that they use unupgraded weapons and then solely play the game just trying to combo enemies to death, essentially. That just seems really fun to me. Like, oh, XP fever? Oh god, I need this. Horse! Umami! Thank you. Give me a second. I need to get even more of these guys. Please. No! Oh, I think it's out. No, it's alive. It's still alive. There you go. I'm just gonna buff out Matau right now. Gonna buff out Matau. One of the things you get in this game from certain enemy officers is a special scroll that lets you, like, gain experience after, like, every kill. So if you have one of those, find a group of enemies fast and then just, like, completely run yourself through them. Oh, wait, I forgot. I'm also playing Dynasty characters so I can do this. Yeah. Dynasty Warriors characters are the best characters to have on horseback. Mostly for that. Movement-wise, that is basically the best thing you can do. One of the optimizations you can do in this game is to have a Dynasty Warriors character on your team solely for the purpose of movement on a horse. Yeah, on horseback. Oh yeah, that was Yukimura, that's right. He is a guy. Yeah, he's a guy. Yep. Yukimura's a guy. Oh, this is probably a good spot. Yeah. Because it's just soldiers. It's just soldiers, in my opinion. If it's just soldiers, yeah, no, this is a good spot for it. I don't necessarily want officers in these triple attacks because I just want gems. Officers don't give you gems, I don't think. They just give you experience, which I can just get from just killing them normally. Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of sad you can't jump cancel out of that move, unlike this one. Yep, there we go. Wait, no. Oh, his... Yeah, I don't think I like Hanbei's normal special. Oh, I don't have enough. I don't have enough special meter for that. Oh well. I'll just kick him through. I'll just kick him through, that's it. Yep, that was stage 2, I guess. I find it funny just how different Madai's voice is in this game in Japan. Well, in Japanese, Madai's voice is probably it's pretty different to how like his English voice voices him. I can definitely hear it. He's supposed to be the goofy guy. Like Madai is supposed to sound like the goofy guy, but I think English-wise, he was voiced pretty like laid back. Oh, he also got Kunoichi as well. I think Kunoichi is one of the better characters? Okay, I don't care about this. I don't care about this cutscene. It is just way too loud. Ah! Holy god, why are cutscene volumes so loud? Alright, one of the things I want to do, I want to find out, like... Is Kunoichi good still? Because I know in Warriors Orochi 1, Kunoichi was really good. Because her special was basically broken. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I see it right here. Alright. Let's see. I know Madai. Madai is one of the best characters in the game. The thing about it is that you're supposed to play Madai a certain way. You're supposed to use, like, his aerial R1 into, like, Wonder Dash. And then, like... And then maybe, like, use his R1 Wonder Dash here and there. But your main offense is aerial special into Wonder Dash, essentially. Yeah. I think that's what it is. Let's see, who else? Is Kunoichi good? For Kunoichi... Because I have the spreadsheet here, actually. I actually have a spreadsheet. Yeah. I'm serious, I have a spreadsheet here. Character name, Kunoichi. Hello? Oh my god, I have to save it, make a copy. Yeah, I have to make a copy about it and then save it. Alright, gotcha. Now, Oh my god, I just realized something. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. That's not how you're supposed to do it. Alright. Well, I guess I can do it this way then. Okay, Kunoichi is a C tier character. Oh, that is tragic. Basically, oh yeah, that's right. Basically, Kunoichi is only good if you just have a specific setup with her that lets her spam her Muso attack. Then that's it. Everything else about her moveset is not great. It's actually pretty average. So I don't think I'll be playing Kunoichi. And, well, it's partially because of her tier placing, but also because I don't really like her moveset anyway in the first place. So, hey, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Another thing I should look at too, where does Matau place? Matau. Okay, Matau is D tier. Oh, he's trash. What about Sumajao? What about Sumajao? Sumajao is... What? Right there. He's C tier as well. Okay, so he's C tier. And then what about Hanbei? Hanbei is A tier. Excuse me. Wow. It is so stuffy in my room still. Oh, God. Oh, that sneeze just reminded me of something. I need to go and, I actually need to go and, well, after the stream, I need to go and, take away, well, basically, put away my, my AC. Yeah, I need to put away my AC. I realize it's still there, and it's definitely not the kind of weather anymore where that's justified. But yeah, no, Hanbei is actually a good character. So Hanbei's thing is that he... Oh, his is charge 1, 1, Wonder Dash, then charge 3, aerial 1, Wonder Dash. Huh. Well, wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? Hanbei is actually a really good character. Odawara Castle, we tried to help them before, but didn't go too well, but now 3 of us are working together. Yeah. We're not going to go to Odawara next. I think we actually are going to... actually, you know what? Whenever you relax today and have a drink, just kick back and let ourselves have a good time. Yeah, he's supposed to be the relaxed kind of guy. Yeah, I see. Okay. Well, if that is true... Well, not the relaxed part, but Madai is good. Hanbei is also good. But what about Pangde? What about Pangde? Pangde is... Pangde is... hot garbage. Well, here's the thing, though. Maybe in the beginning, he's in the beginning, he's fine, because this tier list is for, chaos mode and above and stuff like that, just for survivability and stuff like that. But if you're just looking for, like, hey, just, like, on a casual level, yeah, Pangde's not bad. Power characters are great, in my opinion. Oh, no, wait, I need to do this, too. Do you have a... Holy Christ, what is that? Is that your... What the... What is that? It looks so ugly, but I'll use it. Okay, Madai, do you have a... That is okay. Okay, that is kind of better. Yeah, I'll do that. Yep, these are just Strike Force stuff. I see. All right, let's distribute some growth points here. We're gonna go up to maybe about 7. I'm gonna save my growth points for the really good characters. Well, Madai is definitely one of them. But how's the playstyle for Madai again? How's the playstyle? So for Pangde is charge 5 EX Muso and then also C4. Okay, so the rest of his moves are kind of mid then. I see. Oh, he's one of the worst characters in the game. Oh, that sucks. As well as Mitsunari Ishida and Zhang Liao. I'm so sad. Zhang Liao seems like a really good character. But apparently he's not that great in terms of survivability. Holy Christ. Alright. Let's see. Ma dies. His is Aerial R1 Wonder Dash. Gotcha. Oh, and in terms of sustain, it's just R1 to Wonder Dash. Okay, I gotcha. R1 Wonder Dash. And then for Hanbei, it is Charge 1. Okay, Charge 1, yeah. Then, for Hanbei... Yeah, Hanbei's thing is that he has Charge 1 Wonder Dash, and then for Sustain, you have Charge 3 Air Wonder Dash. Alright, that's fine. I could do that. Easy. I mean, you probably don't need to do it now, because this is just the beginning of the game. But yeah. Ooh, Ueda Castle. Who do I get from Ueda Castle? Ah, man. I think from Donko, I get Huangai, maybe? I think I get Huangai from, like, Donko. I don't know how good Huangai is, though, but... Yeah, I kind of want to get Huangai. Let's go. Yeah, let's do that. So we need to go Donko, and yeah, that's where this is where we get Kanbei. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Kanbei is essentially like the other half, metaphorically to Hanbei. They're both really great strategists, except Hanbei died really early and young because he was sick, and then Kanbei, yeah, he was the strategist guy, I think. For the rest of the Warring States period, he was the known strategist guy, I guess. That's a non-warlord, I guess, a non-major warlord. We also get Deng Ai here. That's right. There are no signs of demons. Yep. I also get Shu Huang. Oh, this is a good stage. Shu Huang is great. He's a great character to have. Oh man, that's great actually. It's great that we're getting Shu Huang in this stage. Yeah, Shu Huang is, in my opinion, if you're not playing Chaos Mode, Shu Huang is a fantastic character. Actually, I'll even look it up right now. Is Shu Huang a good character according to this guy here? He's B tier. That's not bad. That's actually pretty respectable. Yeah, it's actually pretty respectable. I like that. Also, I think this might be the last stage that I do before ending the stream, because from what I remember, this stage is pretty long. This stage also has the banger music, the classic arena theme. Oh man, just hearing arena hit. When I heard arena hit in this game when I was younger, I just like flipped out. I love this theme from like Dynasty Warriors 3. That is one way to stretch out someone. Also, is it just me, or is this dialogue really quiet? That's funny. Yeah, I think the dialogue is pretty quiet. Alright, let me do this then. No, it's just cutscene dialogue. What in the hell? Oh, with the Strike Force outfits, you also glow. That's so cool. Wow, alright. I can definitely see why Aerial Wonder Dash already... Well, Aerial R1 into Wonder Dash is already good. Wow. Oh yeah, that's right. Here's the thing that... Yeah, here's the thing that I mess up on in this stage, like, every time. I just keep going forward. What does this mean? Protect Dung Eye in order to success... Oh! Oh, yeah. I'll protect them. I thought it was supposed to be up here. Alright, Dung Eye, come on. Do your thing. There you go. Boulders drop. Boulders drop. Done. Yeah, there you go. Ooh. I can definitely see that with a certain setup, like, why Mod I will be pretty good. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. What? Yeah, I need to level up these characters a little bit more. What? Come on. NPCs, why do you keep knocking shit around? Oh my god, I have EXP fever. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. We got it. Wait. I have EXP fever. I need to get Mod Eye, please. No. Nope. What? No, not the horse. There we go. It does a lot of damage. It actually does a lot of damage. Yeah, you know what? It does a lot of damage. Cool. All right. He's kind of an awkward character to play, though. Like, his normal moveset, I would say his normal moveset is not the greatest. Yeah, his normal moveset is definitely not the greatest. But I can definitely see why it's one of the best ones. Especially if you have a certain setup. There we go. I don't think Ginshio is a good character, though. I could be wrong. But every time I played Ginshio in this game, she kind of fell flat for me. But I will always give characters another chance. That's a damn lie. See, that's funny because that's a damn lie because I'm not going to be playing as, like, for example, Kunoichi. So... I wonder why I don't have that my charge 3 move. I want my charge 3. Well, not charge 3. I want my charge 4, buddy. I want my charge 4. I don't know if you get that at level 9 or not. Oh, one guy, that's right. I gotta get to him before he takes some weird path that I don't want him to. Again, I find it really cool that with the Strike Force outfits, I'm assuming all of them glow like this. Oh, that's cool. That's a thing I forgot in this stage. Oh, it's actual fireballs. That's weird. Wait, that's actually weird. Oh, that's why his charge 1 is good. It's a multi-hit, and the multi-hits actually have great damage on them. Oh, that makes so much sense. Alright, let's go level up Hanbei a little bit, right? Yep, and in this stage we got the Demon Army. We got the Demon Army. Yeah, because I think at this point in the what's it called, in the story, that the Demon Army is not completely together. I think they're actually remnants, led by I think Daji. So, oh hey. Woo! There was the damage. Oh, that's death. That's death for everyone there. Woo! Like I said, awkward character. But I'll get around to him. He's not my favorite character in this game to play as, though. Definitely not by a long shot. But what I will say, though, is that my favorite character in this game, he doesn't come in until way later on in the game, and that's kind of sad. I really just want to, like, I mean, I'll just reveal it right now. Well, actually, maybe not. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be, I don't know when, at what day we'll be encountering this character, but my favorite character in this game is, like, I think, Sun Jian, so, yeah, it's gonna be a bit before we end up, having Sun Jian in the party. So yeah, that's why I think that's why I'm fine with, like, saying this, because I don't know if I'm gonna be playing, like, more in the near future, definitely in the future, though. Which I say with, like, every other game that I like playing on stream, but hey, eventually I'll come back to one of these. I think the next stream what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna be playing, what's it called? I'm gonna be playing, I think just PSP2i again. I'll play Phantasy Star Online Portable 2 again. No, Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity, that's the name of the game, yeah. Yeah, I'll be playing that. Especially now because I got, I think I got a couple of texture packs for the game. I got some high-res texture packs for the game. I also restored the original PSP font, and then I think following from that, I mean, it's more Phantasy Star. I can't go wrong with more Phantasy Star, right? Let's just go. Let's just end everything here. There. Oh wow, that is a lot of oh boy. Also, what the hell? Jashu, why? Why? Oh. You know, that makes sense. I accidentally killed I actually killed a future ally. That's great. Oh god, she said the Waku Waku thing! Oh, also one of the best tracks from Dynasty Warriors 3, Victory. Or I think Superiority is what it's called. One of those two, but it is a great theme. I have a bias towards like anything Dynasty Warriors 3 related, so yeah, I'm just saying. Just saying. I also need to, where's Daji? Where's Daji? There she is. She's over here somewhere. That's good. Also, there... I swear to God. I swear to God. Okay, fine. That's fine. Daji, wait. I need to get over here. Wait, go, hold on. There we go. That's good, and then... Nice. That's all dead. And that's all that is just her now. What does that do? What does that move do? What the hell does that move do? I forgot what... I don't know what R1 does. I need to look that up. Oh yeah, here's the thing that people tend to forget. Jashu is one of the premier strategists of the Three Kingdoms, except he looks like a desert bandit for some reason, or a pirate, or Jack Sparrow, one of those three. Oh, I get Huangai too. I really like Huangai. And I also got Ginshio, which is, I mean, that's okay, I guess. I got Ginshio. Yeah, we got all these characters. That's fine. Well, time to figure out who is good here before we end the stream. Time to figure out who is a good character here. Wow. Our objective is to save Odawara Castle. You're satisfied with that, but you can't forget about Master Huangzhong. Right, you can't save him by simply traveling through time. Some people are beyond help. Okay. An event in one past is capable of changing another. I like how in this game they just took the whole trope about, hey, if you go back in time, make sure to not change anything about history or else history will change. Literally, the whole thing about this game is that go back in time, change history. I don't give a fuck. Just do it. We need to save the world. Change history to save the world. Oh god, there's so many characters here. What the hell? What do these two have to say? Can't believe travel through time. Yep. Just how strong are our forces? According to Hanbei, we have 2 more armies en route. Declares Simajao turning from your way to castle. Yep. Save Odawara. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna end up at Odawara. That's right. Oh yeah, Ginchio's thing is that she just wants to she just wants her husband back home. But she won't say it because apparently Ginchio's character trait now these days is tsundere, and that's kind of frustrating because when Ginchio was introduced in Samurai Warriors 2, like she didn't have like Muneshige or anything, like so she was just like her own like leader of like her own forces and stuff like that, and I think her characterization was like great in that game. And then once you introduce Muneshige, then you just have like the cardboard, the walking cardboard that is Muneshige, and then Ginchio being like just tsundere now, and then that's just like, what happened? What happened to your character? Okay, that was a nice laugh from you, Huangai. Ooh, Battle of Torigawa. Nice. Okay, so let's go look at these characters. Let's see how good Huangai is. Let's see how good Huangai is. I still have it up here. I still have the spreadsheet. Huangai. Huangai is C tier. Really? Huh. What does S that mean? Oh, really? Huangai is C tier, and the way you play him optimally is to either go for like string wonder dash, string being like your normal attack string wonder dash, charge 2 EX wonder dash. Oh, that's it? Wow. That's, it's kind of sad. I still like his moveset, though. Oh, also, I need to change his character. Well, not, I need to change his costume, not his character. No, stop. Stop! Stop! Okay. Not random. Yeah, change team, but I want it... What? How did I go into that? No, change costume. How do I look at the costume? No, how do I change the costume? There we go. Check model. Oh, it's check model. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay. You go here. You do that. You check model. Okay, I have a chef's costume on for him. Great. Oh, the Viking outfit looks kind of baller. Oh, that's right. His Dynasty Warriors Strike Force form is kind of crap because of that mohawk. That is a stupid looking mohawk. I'm sorry. Well, also got his classic outfits right here, which I do like, but I'm gonna go for the Viking outfit. That seems really cool. But yeah, we got that. Shu Huang, not so bad. Oh, this is a good outfit too. I like this one. Oh, this one's kind of cool. Yeah, his Strike Force outfit's kind of cool. I like the coloration of it. The wings are kind of tacky, but I like that. I'm not saying I like tacky, but you know what I mean. What about Kanbei? No, I said Kanbei. Let's see. How good is Kanbei? I'm wondering. Kanbei is S tier. Wow, he's one of the top tier. He's one of the S tier characters. Air R1, JC, jump cancel. Air R1, jump cancel. Oh, just Air R1. You just spam Air R1. So, jump cancel, Air R1. Really? Just jump cancel? Just Air R1 is that good on him. Interesting. I'll drop him into it. Who else? Who else did we get? We got Ginshio. How can I get the feeling Ginshio is gonna be, like, actually good? How do I get the feeling Ginshio is actually gonna be good? No, she's C tier. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so we got these characters now. I could play as Shu Huang, but that's the thing. I always play as Shu Huang every time I get him, so I'm not gonna immediately go for Shu Huang. Jashu, though, he's C tier as well. Gotcha. Okay, so he's a C tier character as well. I also go for, like, Jashu also after I get him, so I'm not gonna go for that, essentially. So, Hanbei, Kanbei, and also, what's the name? Madai. We're gonna go for that. Yeah, we're gonna go for these guys. Alright, that seems pretty good. Alright, so that's going to be the stream today. Alright, man. Honestly, I'm just happy that I can play this game on PC and it has every bit of DLC. Now, here's the thing, though. I don't think I'm going to be following the story, like, on stream, like, super closely. If I come back from this from time to time, I'm just going to be playing it as probably, like, a just chatting game on the background. I think I might do that. That actually might be an interesting way to utilize this game. But yeah, that's going to be Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate Definitive Edition now on Steam with all the DLC. So that's a great value game right there. Let's go back to the Void. Let's go back to the Void right now. We get back to the Void and quit out of the game. Actually, let me save first before I quit out of the game. That would probably be a good thing to do. Do I just kill the game from this point? I just killed the game, right? There you go, I just killed the game. Perfect. I'm so used to games having an option to just quit out to, like, the desktop that every time I see a game that doesn't have that option and I just have to kill it, like, raw, I don't know, it kind of throws me off a little bit. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the stream. Well, yeah, that was I wouldn't say that's like the most interesting stream ever. Like I said, this is just me being honest. Warriors games are not like great streaming games because they're there for the spectacle and not really for like, you know, anything to commentate on, for like anything deeper. So that's also partially the reason why I don't think I'm going to be following this as closely. At least as a streaming game, but I will come back to it at some point. Yeah, I will come back to it at some point. Maybe just like I said, in the background for like a just chatting stream. I'll probably have it like in a little tiny corner up here. Maybe not a tiny corner, just a little corner there while I just talk, you know. That could be an interesting thing to do. Like have a just chatting stream while I'm just farming stuff in the background. Bro. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for the stream today. I gotta go and eat. They call it dinner, actually? No, they don't call it dinner. They don't call it dinner. Please don't start calling it dinner. I'm gonna go and eat my lunch now. I'm gonna go eat my lunch, then just take a seat and enjoy the day. I'm gonna be coming back on Thursday, and we're gonna be playing PSP2i. Like I said, that what the stream was going to be the other day, but you know, things happen. Yeah, but this time we're actually playing Phantasy Star Portable again. So in that case, I think that's it. I think that's it for me. Yeah, thank you for dropping by. I will see you again next time. Take care.